The Forum for Democratic Change has extended an olive branch to its former members, urging them to rejoin the party as it ushers in what it describes as a period of stability and unity. FDC President Patrick Amuriat revealed that the several ex-members had expressed interest in returning to the fold and contributing to the party's mobilization efforts ahead of the forthcoming general elections.
I am therefore, on behalf of top management, inviting all our former members to feel free and return home to their party. And by the way, they are coming in their hundreds, which is a good thing for us. I think very soon they will be coming in their thousands, which will be a good thing for us. And I believe this is in recognition of the fact that the FDC has attained stability.
He emphasized that Article 12 of the FDC Constitution provides a pathway for returning members to regenerate, provided they meet the necessary conditions. To ease the process, the party plans to establish reception desks in every district to coordinate and welcome those seeking to return.
And you can see the quiet, the peace and quiet within the FDC. This is in complete contrast to other political parties in the opposition. And I think this informs the kind of political movement that is now happening, focusing the FDC.
Despite these concerns, the FDC reaffirmed its readiness to participate in the 2026 general elections. The FDC accused the Commission of depriving voters through poor communication, delays in gazetting the electoral areas, and collusion with certain candidates in the past elections, calling for the proper preparations.
This is an indictment on the Electoral Commission. According to the roadmap, these areas should have been gazetted and communicated to stakeholders by the end of November 2024. It is sad to note that to date, as we speak on the 15th of January 2025, no such information has been shared despite our formal inquiries to the Electoral Commission.
Amuriat criticized the Commission for allocating only 21 days from January 20th to February 10th, 2025 for the voter registration and update exercise, calling for the time addition.
As the FDC, we are deeply concerned about the limited time allocated to this critical exercise. We strongly believe that a voter registration and update exercise of this magnitude requires at least 2 months. You know, we're looking at about 18 million voters in the next election. And you are stampeding these voters. You know, their core work is not to register to vote, not even to move from one polling station to another. They have to make a living. And so, having this kind of exercise involving many people just taking place within 21 days without proper civic education is failing the citizens of this country. The Electoral Commission's approach to managing this process appears rushed, uncoordinated, raising serious concerns about the preparedness of this election.
Every 5 years, Uganda holds general elections for all leaders across the nation, from presidency to local governments, in accordance with Chapter 5 of the 1995 Constitution of Uganda. With only 1 year until the 2026 general elections, political parties and actors have geared up preparations for various positions of leadership. In order to fully prepare for these elections, the Democratic Alliance has today held a meeting with the Justice Forum GM party at their party headquarters in Mengo. The meeting aimed to rally political actors, including parties, culture and religious institutions, on the cause for fostering electoral reforms and a conducive environment.
I request that they become part of the effort to organize a nationwide platform in which we shall speak as political leaders, as civil society, as cultural institutions, as citizens, senior citizens.
In his address, the Secretary General for JEMA, Alhaji Muhammad Katerega, voiced JEMA's commitment to work with all change-seeking forces in Uganda.
Nga JEMA, ebyokwogera n'abantu abalala ekazanyo tutambuliramu. Tumanyi nti Uganda nene okutusinga, kati buli muntu abadde na ekirowoozo ekitambuza eggwanga lino okugenda maaso tumuwuliriza, ne tukkiriza oba ne tukola ki, ne tugaana. Njagala okusaba abakulembeze ba DA okubeera nga batuuka ku buli Munnayuganda.
However, Katerega warned that anti-dialogue political actors threatened that success of political change in the country and advised them to rethink their approaches.
We are a bit disappointed by some of our colleagues, the way they conduct themselves. We have been, for the one last year, we have been fighting amongst ourselves. And as a wider opposition, I have not heard and I have not seen a clear roadmap towards the 2026 elections. And as we speak now, that's the only way we can change, we can cause change in this country. Because the Museveni way, in 1980, 81, 85, I think is not feasible.
The interim leader of the Democratic Alliance, Mathias Mpuga Nsamba, commended JEMA's reception and emphasized the urgent need for all change-seeking forces to fast-track the actualization of the electoral reforms as the clock ticks for the 2026 elections.
So we are ready to go the long stretch. And then, your first question, our expectations from the onset from this party is a warm reception which they afforded us. The national dialogue is not about the DA. This consultation is about framing the nature of dialogue. And at the end of this consultation from stakeholders, we will frame. We have given our views, but we believe that our views are not conclusive. This platform between the DA, JEMA, and other entities we are going to interact with will help us shape the framework of the dialogue. So it's not in the war.
In this meeting, it was also revealed that there are efforts to hold a national dialogue to discuss, among others, reconciliation and national building matters, political and leadership change in the country.
We certainly would have allowed this to happen yesterday. You are aware, as well as I do, that for the last 10 years, the regime has promised to constitute a review commission, which never came to fruition. You also remember the gusto with which the Minister of Justice spoke about reforms, and he informed himself personally, and did not forgot about the reforms he promised. We cannot push him any further. We are pushing ourselves.
Other notable leaders present in the meeting were Honorable Juliet Kakande, Honorable Abedi Bwanika, Kakembo Robowa, Honorable Mabike, and other notable leaders.
The sector is meant to hire a third party to handle certain business functions. In Uganda, the BPO policy was drafted by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance in April 2023 in a meeting deliberated on strategies that can be used to fight unemployment among the youth. The head of the State House Investors Protection Unit, CHIPU, Colonel Edith Nakalema, revealed that the Business Process Outsourcing BPO sector could play a crucial role in creating employment opportunities for the youth in Uganda.
I believe that everyone that has gone up to university can have an area in BPO and now the global now.
Colonel Nakalema stated the need to create awareness for the opportunities that exist in the sector that the youth can benefit from in order to prevent unemployment, and called upon the different stakeholders to mobilize the youths and train them in their different capacities and skill sets.
My request will be you providing training. If it were possible, that training would be free. Because if it is possible. But if it's not, then you will guide me on how to mobilize those that can pay moderately the cheapest possible. because we have many young people who have studied, who are talented, who are willing to work but have no push.
In support of this initiative, Mr. Kwesiga Stephen, the General Manager at Exquisite Solution Limited, asserted the need to put up favorable policies for promotion of BPOs and create a demand.
Let government outsource its call centers, let it outsource data analysis, let it outsource document handling. See, by just that pronunciation, you find that we are creating another 10,000 jobs.
Yeah.
Okay? By just saying, let's this be outsourced and it's not handled. So in that, government policy can drive demand.
Joshua Akandwa-Naho, the BPO supervisor at NITAU, underscored the need to equip the youth with skills for them to fully benefit from the BPO sector.
Even S6.
We basically need upskilling, basically to show them the opportunities within the BPO environment. And then some few aspects like customer care, how you speak to a client, relationship management. That if within government we create that demand for BPOs, it means that we're going to outsource some of our functions. And these functions are going to be taken on by private companies. Private companies will employ more people to be able to do those jobs.
BPO is a subset of outsourcing that involves the contracting of the operations and responsibilities of a specific business process to a second-party service provider.